So I have Sean up here. He's going to be doing a quick taste test on water. There's 3 different waters, and go ahead and start trying these. This is a taste test that's actually been done nationwide. And the test results actually came back to the testers, and it surprised all the testers on the results that came back. And so as soon as Sean's done here, he's going to go ahead and make a selection.
I think it's this one right here.
That one?
Yeah.
Well, you, like thousands of other Americans, actually picked tap water over Dasani and Aquafina. Go ahead and sit down. Now, the nice thing about tap water is not only does it taste good and taste better than the rest, it actually is healthier for you, it's safer for you, and it's cleaner. Now, according to Peter Glick, in the book written in 2010 called Bottled and Sold, 85 million bottles of water are sold every single day in the US alone. Now, majority of those bottles of water actually contain chemicals in them or pollutants in them that are above the legal limit. Now, bottled water is supposed to be safe, clean, and convenient, yet studies after study after study keep on showing that it really isn't. It's just the opposite, and it's extremely unhealthy for you. So to help you and help your health, I'm going to first tell you why bottled water is so bad for you. I'm going to tell you what caused bottled water to be so successful, and then I'm also going to tell you the solution to truly clean water. After all, water is one of the life's necessities, and without clean water, we can't be happy ourselves. Unfortunately, bottled water is extremely polluted. The main one, which most people know, is BPA. BPA is known to cause cancer of all these: liver, prostate, breast, ovaries, uterus, testes, and thyroid. It also shows an increase of liver disease and ovarian diseases. In men, it decreases sperm counts even at extremely low levels. And with children, it increases problems with brain development, obesity, diabetes, and even ADHD. Now, it doesn't stop there. BPA also gets into the water by simply being in a plastic container. It increases the amount of BPA inside the water as soon as you add heat or stress to the plastic. So that means that when you have it in your backpack beating around, it's putting more BPA in there. If you have it in a hot trunk of a car, it's putting more BPA into the water. According to Dr. Frederick in a movie called Addicted to Plastic in 2008, BPA is a estrogen chemical, and it only takes 1/trillionth of a gram, that little, to actually affect a human in severe ways. Now, another study was done by Time magazine, and they tested 1,000 Americans from all over the United States. 93% of all those Americans tested had a BPA in their body that was above harmful levels. Now, it doesn't stop there. There's actually a study done by the Environmental Working Group in 2011. It took the top 10 selling bottled waters and tested all chemicals and pollutants in it. The results came back, and they found disinfecting byproducts, fertilizer residues. It had pain medication in it. It had bacterial cysts, chloroform, ammonia, arsenic, nitrates, and leads. It almost sounds like a cigarette. Now, the FDA is supposed to be in charge of bottled water, and they are, but they classify it as a food product. By classifying it as a food product, they no longer need to deal with the EPA and the strict water restrictions that are in normal tap water. The other thing is, according to the LA Times 2010 article, there's no tests that are necessary. The FDA will allow the bottle companies to bottle the water, ship it directly to you, and it could have anything in it, and no one knows. Now, companies didn't want you to know this, and they don't want you to know what's in their product. And when they first started out, they actually started advertising as tap water is bad. It's their main enemy. And it took the focus off of them. Started when Pepsi and Coca-Cola got into the market. And this, according to the story of bottled water in 2010, started with a loss of sales in the late 80s. And they needed a supplement to increase their revenue. That increase in revenue was the idea of Perrier, which was already on the market, already successful, but extremely expensive and extremely heavy. It was glass. So Coke and Pepsi said, hey, I got an idea. Let's make this convenient, portable, inexpensive, and let's completely advertise this thing to everyone and make sure that everyone knows about our product. And the advertising began. And according to Tap, the documentary Tap in 2009, over $300 million were spent in the first year just advertising their main two companies and Fiji. And they claimed everything from you can have a healthier life, you can have a happier life, you can lose weight, you can look more beautiful by drinking their product. And now this advertising actually started to change people's opinions on tap water, which used to be the norm. And things like, you don't really want to drink this, do you, started showing up in advertisings. And the label says Fiji because it's not bottled in Cleveland, started appearing. And it changed people's opinions. They started thinking, oh, this is dirty water. And even the vice president and CEO of Pepsi and Gatorade were quoted saying, when we're done with tap water, it'll only be used in cleaning dishes and taking showers. And they even said things like tap water is people's greatest enemy. Now, that's all a lie. But now you know what's in bottled water, and you know how it affected you. So what are the solutions? You can purify water, or start with just plain tap water. Tap water by itself is perfectly fine. The EPA regulates it. Every hour it's tested. If in that hour it's changed, then they will shut it down if it's not safe levels. Now, if you're still afraid, purify the water. But remember to change the filter. If you don't change the filter, you're doing more harm than good. And as far as portability, make sure if you're getting a plastic refillable bottle, it says BPA free on it, or use a stainless steel container, which is the best. Make sure there's no plastic lining in it. So now you know why bottled water is so bad for you. You know what caused us to buy more bottled water, and you know how to fix it and make that change. But you do need to make a change today. Because for every bottle more that you drink, you're just going to have more contaminants in your body, more problems later in life. So make that change, and make the change that most Americans make, which is tap water. The truly clean, pure source.